If you want to be a bit more creative this year, here are 5 tips that are going to help you out. Firstly, hi, I'm Jamie. I'm a small UK-based creator and I'm going all in this year in trying to create more and consume less. Not that long ago, I realized I was stuck on autopilot and I was waking up in the morning and I was doom scrolling with a coffee. I was doing that multiple times throughout the day when I was on a break or when I come home from work, and it was at the point where I was even on an evening, I was numbing myself with more content by gaming on a night time, and I was wondering why I was feeling stressed and burnt out and like I didn't really have any time to myself. This has gone on for a long time, and it got to a point where I realized that I was stuck in a loop and I was feeling like nothing ever really changes. And so I decided that this year was going to be the year that I finally change everything. Already I feel like I have so much more time on my hands. My stress is through the floor, my creativity and energy levels are through the roof. And this video is just about my journey and what has worked, what hasn't, and a few tips that are going to help you finally break free. So here we go. This is tip number 1, which is to make a realistic action plan. It's really important to start with the bigger picture so that you know where you're heading and why it matters to you. You should treat this like a personal mission statement, so something that you can come back to when your motivation dips later on. What you need to do with that plan then is break it down into smaller daily goals that are almost too easy to fail. Something really easy and bite-sized like mine, which is read 1 chapter a day or take and post 1 photo a day. Something small like that is tangible progress. The thing about this is showing up consistently and daily builds momentum, and you will reach a point where you have come too far to quit. Tip number 2 is visible action and not perfection. Motivation might start things, but it's discipline that is going to see you through. Get yourself a diary or a whiteboard or a spreadsheet even to tick off these daily actions. It might not be much, but that small dopamine hit is worthwhile, and also you can keep a visible record that you can look back on to see how far you've come. These small wins, they do compound over time into results that are bigger than expected. The thing that we're trying to learn here is that the discipline and consistently come first, and the confidence and the quality become natural later on. Number 3 is to prioritize action and not numbers. We can all be guilty of this one, where sales and feedback, comments, likes, shares, all that kind of stuff they're easy to fixate on, but these are numbers that lie early on. Focusing on these numbers are the things that can kill your momentum really quick, especially in the beginning. So try not to focus on those and focus instead on outputs and things that you've done, things that you've learned and what you've created. It doesn't even matter if it's not a full thing. It can just be a small edit, or it can be a quick tidy up of your desk to make it a bit quicker later on, or improving your workflow so things are just a bit more fluid the next time. This is all progress, and especially early on, this consistency matters far more than views and likes and numbers. Showing up daily builds that discipline and builds that confidence, and you'll find that the reach and the quality naturally improve over time. Number 4 is one I'm personally really guilty of, and that is watching for procrastination traps. Planning and learning are really important, but for me, it became an avoidance. What I'd advise, if you can, is just be really honest with yourself about your intent. A question that really helped me with this was asking myself, am I learning something that I'm actually going to apply today, or am I just delaying doing the work? I also had to be really strict with myself as well and set clear goals and time limits for planning and learning as well. Otherwise, I would just go on forever. One thing that's really important to know about this is that learning about the thing or planning how you're going to do the thing is not the same as actually just doing the thing. And the 5th and final tip is that done is better than perfect. This is one of the things that Peter McKinnon kind of introduced us to years ago. And for me, that really struck a chord because I have a hard time in letting things go that aren't quite as perfect as I would like them to be. The thing that I realized though, on reflection, is that the more time that I spent tweaking tiny details that most people might not even notice, the more deflated that I felt. And if I'm being honest, that perfectionism is what has stopped me from finishing or sharing a lot of my work. Focus on getting the work out there and not polishing it endlessly. Every finished piece teaches you something new, and you'll find that quality improves as a side effect of momentum. And that's it. And if any of this resonated, I would really encourage you to try this for yourself. You don't need to do everything all at once. Just start small, pick one thing and just try it for a week. If you're like me and you're trying to create more and consume less this year, drop me a note in the comments, let me know what you're working on. Being a small creator especially, I do read every single comment and I do reply, and also it helps to hold me accountable as well. And if you're interested in more videos like this about creating more, consuming less and building better habits, drop me a subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.